Welcome to the Build a Study Region video tutorial. In this video, we will introduce the concept of a study region and how to build and open one for your Hazus scenarios. Building a study region is important since it both defines the hazard and geographic limits of your analysis while telling Hazus what type of input data it should include. Creating a study region is the first step in the Hazus loss estimation process. To create a new study region, either double-click the Hazus icon from the desktop or search for Hazus in the Start menu. Once Hazus opens, you are ready to build a study region. From the Hazus Startup dialog, select Create a New Region, and then click OK to start the Create New Region wizard. Click Next, and a dialog will appear asking you to name your study region and provide a description. It is a best practice to name your region something unique and informative for future reference. Keep in mind that there is an 18-character limit when naming your region, and spaces or special characters are not recommended for the region name. For example, we will name our study region Aransas_Nueces_HU so that we know it is a study region in Aransas and Nueces counties for hurricane scenarios. The optional region description text box allows you to enter descriptive information that does not fit into the study region name. Once you have named your study region and given it a description, click Next. A dialog will appear asking which of the 4 hazards you'd like your study region to be able to model in order for Hazus to determine the hazard-specific damage functions, inventory data fields, and other information to be included in your study region. This is important because this is the only opportunity to determine which hazards your study region can model, and you cannot retroactively add hazards to a built study region. It is a best practice to only select the hazards necessary for your study region rather than selecting all, since selecting more hazards will increase the amount of data and time Hazus needs to process when you use the region for any one of those hazards. However, you must include both the hurricane and flood hazards for combined hurricane wind surge modeling and both the earthquake and tsunami hazards for near-source earthquake tsunami modeling. For our example, we will select hurricane and leave the other 3 hazards blank, meaning the study region will be built to only model hurricane losses and impacts. Once you have selected the hazards you want to model in your study region, click Next. Unique to the hurricane wind model, a prompt will appear asking if you want to create a study region based on a specific hazard scenario. Clicking Yes will start the hurricane scenario wizard, through which you will build a scenario in conjunction with your study region and lock the study region for use solely by that scenario. For this video, we will select No to just build the study region, allowing us to create any hurricane scenario for it at another time. After you've defined the types of hazards, Hazus will then ask for the geographic limits of your study region, which is also known as the aggregation level. You can define your study region by state, county, and census tract for all hazards, and census block, community, or watershed for flood study regions, whichever works best for your hazard and analysis needs. It is important to remember that choosing an entire state for your study region will take longer to build and load than several counties, which will in turn take longer than choosing several census tracts. We'll select County since it is a good default level for hurricane scenarios and click Next. Before selecting counties, you must first select the state those counties are in. You can choose from the list on the left of the screen, or you can click Show Map to select from a map. Since we are selecting counties in Texas, we will simply scroll until we locate Texas. After you've selected your state, click Next. Now Hazus will bring you to a screen where you can choose the counties for your study region. Just like the state selection, you can select counties from an alphabetical list or by map. If you want your region to include multiple counties, hold Control on your keyboard as you make your selections. Here, we click Show Map and select Aransas and Nueces counties. This is a useful feature when creating a sub-county study region, since you can select your desired area visually rather than by searching through census tract or block ID numbers. Navigate to your area of interest and click on the map to select a location. Hold Shift on your keyboard while clicking to select multiple locations. Note that if your study region includes more than one state, then you must select at least one location in each state before you can continue. Once you've made your selections, click the Selection Done button to return to the wizard. Now that you have defined the geography of your study region, Hazus will provide a final prompt to create the study region. If there are any elements you wish to change, click the Back button and make those changes now. Otherwise, click Finish. Depending on the size of the region and the hazards you have selected, this process could take as little as a few minutes to an hour for the largest study regions. Once Hazus has finished creating your study region, you will be returned to the Hazus Startup dialog. You can now access your new study region by clicking Open a Region and then clicking OK. Follow the prompts and select your study region based on its name and description. Finally, click Finish and Hazus will open the region. With that, your study region is ready for analysis. Congratulations! In this video, you learned about study regions in Hazus, including how to build and open one for use in a scenario. Look for more Hazus video tutorials on the FEMA YouTube channel.